So we have done question 1, 2, and it's not question number 3, it's actually question number 4. I'm sorry, it's actually question number 4. Fine. So we have done 3 questions. Now let's move ahead to our next question, if we can do it. Question number 5, we can easily take on the basis of the same concepts. Question number 5, we'll quickly review it. Okay. Salary of A is 20% greater than that of B, then by what percentage B's salary is less than that of A? The salary of A is 20% greater than that of B, then by what percent the salary of B is less than that of A? Here, none of the values are given, just a comparison of 2 things are given. 20% more है किसका salary? A का salary, किसके salary से? B के salary से. So let us assume the salary of B, this is question number 5, part A. Salary of B, let's say is 100. So salary of A is 20% more. 100 ka 20% is what? 20. This is equal to 120. Now can we take ratio? Yes, we can take ratio. Ratio is what? 5:6. Is that okay? Now the question is, by what percentage B's salary is less than that of A? कंपेयर किसको करना है? बी की सैलरी के डिफरेंस को ए की सैलरी से कंपेयर कर रहा है, क्योंकि उसने बोला है बी का सैलरी ए के सैलरी से कितना % कम है. तो रुपए में तो हम बता सकते हैं, अगर इसका सैलरी 5 रुपए है, इसका सैलरी 6 रुपए है, तो ये इससे कितना कम है? 1. किससे कंपेयर करना है? ए की सैलरी से, विच इज 1/6. वी नो व्हाट इज 1/6? 16.66%. I hope this is okay. Fine. So let's move to the B part. If A's salary is 10% less than B's salary, again, now people are same, the salaries are different. A's salary is 10% less than B's salary. Again, I'll assume some salary because हमें B की salary से compare करना है की salary को. So A's salary is 20% less than B's salary. So let us assume the salary of B is what? 100. Salary of A must be 10% less than B's salary, which is equal to 90. I can take ratio, which is 10:9. Am I right? The question is, by what percentage is B's salary greater than that of A? B का salary A के salary से कितना % ज़्यादा है? ज़्यादा तो है, obviously दिख रहा है. कितना ज्यादा है? किससे ज्यादा है? पहले तो बताओ कितना ज्यादा है? 1 ज्यादा है. किससे ज्यादा है? A से ज्यादा है, which is 1/9. We know what is 1/9? 11.11%. I hope this is making sense now. बेसिस क्लियर है? बेस किसको लेना होता है? डिफरेंस कैलकुलेट करना है, एक्चुअल वैल्यू कैलकुलेट करनी है. फाइन. सो वी हैव टू टेक केयर ऑफ दीज 2 थिंग्स. परफेक्ट. फाइन. सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट परसेंटेज, बेसिस, परसेंटेज में फ्रैक्शंस का यूसेज. फाइन. x% ऑफ y, y% ऑफ x. बेसिक आइडिया मुझे अब हो चुका है कि परसेंटेज कैलकुलेशन हमें कैसे करनी होती है और बेस क्या चीज होती है ना. सो लेट्स मूव टू द नेक्स्ट सेगमेंट, विच इज लिटिल what should I say, will require a lot of concentration because it's not difficult, but it's going to need a little bit of clarity of thoughts. Fine. What is percentage change? We have been doing questions. Every question was based on percentage change. Am I right? कि अगर मैं एग्जाम्पल लेता हूँ 2001 में, 2002 में, 2001 में एक कंपनी का जो रेवेन्यू है दैट इज लेट्स से 5 करोड़. 2002 में उसी कंपनी का रेवेन्यू इट इज 6 करोड़. एंड 2006 में 7 में उसी कंपनी का रेवेन्यू लेट्स से हो जाता है 7 करोड़. सो इफ आई वांट टू कंपेयर एनीथिंग फ्रॉम एनी नंबर आई कैन डायरेक्टली डू इट. जैसे बोला जाए कि 2002 में रेवेन्यू 2001 के रेवेन्यू से कितना ज्यादा है? 1 करोड़ ज्यादा है. 2002 का रेवेन्यू 2001 के रेवेन्यू से किससे ज्यादा है? 5 से ज्यादा है. 1/5 इज व्हाट? 20%. हम इसको ऐसे भी बोल सकते हैं कि कंपनी का रेवेन्यू 2001 से 2002 में 20% बढ़ गया है. दिस इज परसेंटेज चेंज. Is that okay? We have been doing these things. I was not incorporating this terminology percentage change, but this is something which you need to understand, that percentage change is nothing, it's just percentage increase or decrease from the base value. Fine. Now, if I say 2001, 2002, 2003, सेम कंपनी, यहां से यहां पर इसका रेवेन्यू बढ़ गया है 20%, और यहां से यहां पर इसका रेवेन्यू बढ़ गया है 30%. नाउ मुझे बताना है कि 2001 से 2003 में ओवरऑल परसेंटेज इंक्रीज कितना हुआ होगा रेवेन्यू में एज कंपेयर टू 2001. नाउ देयर आर नंबर ऑफ वेज ऑफ डूइंग इट. फर्स्ट थिंग फर्स्ट, आई अज्यूम 2001 में रेवेन्यू कितना था? 100. इट इज data is pretty simple, we can easily use 100 to calculate further things. 20% कितना हो जाएगा इसका? 20. So 2002 में रेवेन्यू हो जाएगा 120. Now अब जो मुझे नेक्स्ट 30% इंक्रीज करना है उसके लिए बेस क्या होगा? 120, क्योंकि 2002 से 2003 में इंक्रीज हुआ है 30%, ना कि 2001 पर ही दोबारा से 30% इंक्रीज हुआ है. Am I right? So now the base is going to be this revenue of 2002. 120, 10% of 120 is what? 12. What is 30%? 10% of 120 is 12. What is 30%? 36. So my revenue is going to be 120 plus 36 is 156. यहाँ पर कितने का प्लस हुआ है? 20. यहाँ पर कितने का प्लस हुआ है? 36. So now revenue is 156. So if I want to compare this number from this number, 100 से कोई चीज 156 हो गई है, कितना बढ़ गई है? 56. किस बेस पर? 100 पर into 100, which is equal to increased by 56%. Now this kind of situation where percentage increases are successive in succession or one after the other, this is called successive percentage change. Fine. The base value was increased by 20%, the new base is increased by 30%, so overall increase is 56% on the basis of the revenue in 2001. Is that okay? Now, we have a formula for this, which will obviously help us in minimizing the steps and everything. If anything is changed by A% in the first instance, and then it is changed by B%, why I'm changing? Why I'm not saying increase or decrease? I'll explain it later on. So if anything is increased by or changed by A% and changed by B%, the overall percentage change effectively is given by A plus B plus AB by 100. A% change, B% change is A plus B plus AB by 100. We can use this formula in this example. Am I right? 20%, then 30%. What is 20%? You don't have to use fraction in fact in this. 30%, 20 into 30 divided by 100. This is cancelled. This is 50 plus 6, which is 56%. This is clearly useful in so many cases. Where the percentage changes are in succession, we can use the formula of successive percentage change. Now, I categorically mentioned this is A% change, B% change. What exactly I want to say? If salary or the revenue of one of the companies is increased by 30% and then reduced by 20%, then find the percentage change, overall percentage change in the revenue of the company. Right? Now here, we don't have any problem with this 30 because again, it is 30% positive. Minus 20. Why am I writing minus 20? Because it is decrease. So if it is increased, it has to be plus 20. If it is decreased, it has to be minus 20. 30 minus 20 divided by 100, which is 10. This is 10. This is minus 6, which is 4%. Now look at the sign. 4% is positive or negative? It is positive. That means 4% increase. Had it been minus 4%, answer would have been 4% decrease. Is that okay? Now, if I say both the percentages are negative, 30% decrease and 20% decrease. Again, percentage change will be minus 30, minus 20, minus 30, minus 20 divided by 100. Now obviously, if something is reducing in succession, that will reduce finally, but kitna percent hoga? That is not the summation of these two things. Let me check what it is. This is actually minus 50. And what is this? Minus minus plus 0, 0, 0. This is 6, which is minus 44%. This minus implies decrease. Is that okay? Now the key point is this successive percentage change formula, or the application of this formula, which is pretty useful. You can see clearly that the percentage change has to be in succession on the same base. 2001 से 2002, 2002 से 2003. अगर मैं निकाल रहा हूं ओवरऑल परसेंटेज चेंज किस बेस पर निकलेगा? इनिशियल बेस पर. देन वी कैन यूज इट. इज दैट ओके? और सक्सेसिव परसेंटेज चेंज is only applicable when things are changing in succession, one after the other. It can be increase, it can be decrease as well. Now, can we use this formula for 3 percentage changes in succession? Let me take an example. 25% increase, 20% increase, 10% decrease. The problem with this expression is there are 3 percentage. Is it okay? There is not a problem in this actually. If you look at this closely, percentage changes are in succession. We can use this formula. The only thing which I have to do, I have to use this formula how many times? Twice. 2 बार ये इस्तेमाल करना पड़ेगा. हम पहले 20 और 25 का निकालते हैं, दोनों increase हैं. So that will help us in calculating things. 25 plus 20 plus 25 into 20 divided by 100, which is 45 plus 5, which is 50%. Increase, it is plus. Now we can use this and this, the result of first two with the final, which is equal to 50 plus minus 10 plus 50 into minus 10 divided by 100. That is what? 40. This is actually equal to 50 minus 10. This is 10 minus 5. 40 minus 5. That is perfectly all right. This is 35%. Now there is no negative sign in it. That means 25% increase, 20% what? Increase, and 10% decrease will result in 35% increase. Is that okay? So we can use this in 3 percentage changes also when the percentage changes are in succession. I hope this is making sense. Fine with this? We can solve a couple of questions based on this percentage change, successive percentage change thing. We'll go for additional question number 3 directly. Additional question number 3. The price of an article first increased by 20% and then by 25%. Find the percentage change in the price with respect to the original price. Is that okay? Clearly it is mentioned in the question the percentage changes are in succession, one after the other. So first increase is what percentage? 25%. Second increase is what percentage? 20%. Fine, both of them are plus. So I'll clearly say 25%, 20%, 25 into 20 divided by 100, which is 5, 5. That is eventually 50%. Sign is positive, so that is 50% increase. This question is additional question number 3. Answer choice is 3, 50% increase. Is that okay? We can take one more example. we can take question number 7 from the exercise, A part. When the price of an article is increased by 30%, its sales decreased by 20%. When the price of an article increased by 30%, its sales decreased by 20%. What is the effect on the revenue of the article? What is the effect on the revenue of the article? In the previous questions, we discussed the same thing is changing. Here, there are 3 elements where we use excessive percentage change or not. Let's understand this, how we can use, why we are going to use. What is the revenue? If I define revenue with respect to this question, the price per unit multiplied by consumption or sales जो लोगों ने खरीदा. For example, शर्ट बेचने वाला एक कोई शोरूम है, 1000 रुपये पर यूनिट प्राइस है और एक दिन में वो 5 शर्ट बेचता है, तो टोटल रेवेन्यू से जनरेट किया होगा शर्ट से वो कितना हो जाएगा? 5000. Is it okay? Now things are in product. Is it okay? Now this is increasing by certain percentage, this is also increasing by certain percentage. Overall percentage change will be reflecting on the revenue. Fine, so we can use successive percentage change here. What is the percentage increase in the price? 30%? Increase or decrease? 30% increase. Sales decrease by 20%, minus 20, plus 30, minus 20, divided by 100. This is 30 minus 20 is what? 10. This is 6, which is 4% plus sign, that is increase. So my answer is 4% more than the original. Answer choice is 2. Perfectly all right. We can take B part of this same question also. The price of an article is increased by 20% and gain is increased by, and again increased by 30%. Find the overall percentage change. The price of an article increased by 20%. A little bit misprinted. This is again. It's not gain, it's again. Again increased by 30%. So what is the overall percentage in the price? 20% plus 30% plus 20 into 30 divided by 100, which will give us 20 plus 30 plus 6, which is 56% increase. 56% increase, choice is 3. Is that okay? Fine. I would like to take one more question on the basis of this. Little different, but we are going to use the same concept. Question number 6, part A. If the price of an item is increased by 25%, by what percentage should it be reduced to bring back to the original level? Can we do it with a successive percentage change? No, I think it can be done without even successive percentage change. So I don't think we are going to use in this question successive percentages. We can take some other example. Let's leave it. This is the question which we cannot use successive percentage change in. I think that will be it for successive percentage change. Fine. We will go for next segment then. I hope this is clear to everybody. Successive percentage is perfectly all right. Fine. There is any issue in this? The next part is multiplying factor. Multiplying factor. Now, this is again a very important tool in percentage calculation. Very, very important tool in percentage calculation. We'll start with a basic thing. If your salary is increased by 50%, काफी अच्छा increment है. Generally इतना मिलना मुश्किल है. So we can look at the funny side of it. 50% इंक्रीमेंट सैलरी पर अगर मिलता है तो आपका सैलरी कितना हो जाएगा? वेरी इजी टू कैलकुलेट इफ यू नो द बेसिक वैल्यू. फाइन. लेट्स से आपका सैलरी शुरुआत में 5,000 रुपये था, तो 5,000 तो हो गई होगा, और 5,000 का कितना परसेंट बढ़ेगा? 50%, विच इज वी ऑलरेडी नो विच इज 1/2. Am I right? Now 50% plus 50% of 5,000, which is 1/2 of 5,000, we can easily calculate. If I want to do something else, or we can use this in other terms, 55,000 I can take common. This is 1 plus 1/2, which is equal to 5,000 into 3/2. This is my multiplying factor. So what is the use of it? After increasing anything by certain percentage or decreasing anything by certain percentage, I need to reach to the final value. So multiplying factor is that particular factor or the expression जो हम उस नंबर को मल्टीप्लाई करके डायरेक्ट उस वैल्यू पर पहुंच सकते हैं. आई विल रिपीट इट माई सेल्फ. 5,000 को 50% बढ़ाना है, दैट मीन्स 5,000 को हम 3/2 से मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे तो डायरेक्टली वो वैल्यू निकल के आ जाएगी जो 50% बढ़ाने के बाद आने वाली है. वी कैन टेक मैथमेटिकली ऑल्सो. 5,000 3/2 is what? This is 2,500 into 3, which is 7,500. Am I right? So this is multiplying factor. Multiplying factor is a tool which is used to calculate final value after certain percentage change. किसी भी percentage change के बाद जो final value निकल के आती है उसको हम multiplying factor की मदद से आराम से solve कर सकते हैं. The technical part is how do we calculate this? Now I need to understand. I'll go for a very basic thing. Anything is always 100% of itself. That means 1 times of itself. If you increase that thing by, let's say, 50%, 50% is what in terms of fraction? This is 1/2. So this is already 1 times of itself. If you're increasing that by 1/2 again, so that will become what? 3/2 times. That is 50% increase. If you say anything is reduced by 25%, so if that thing is 1 times of itself, reducing by 25%, we have learned the fractions. What is 25%? 25% is 1/4. Reduce that thing by 1/4. 1 minus 1/4, finally the result is 3/4. That means, what does it mean? We need to understand the meaning of this 3/4. If you multiply any number by 3/4, I'll repeat it. If you multiply any number by 3/4, that will automatically result in what? 25% of reduction. Is that okay? If you multiply any number by 3/2, that will result in 50% of increase in the number. I hope this is making sense. Now let's take one more example. If I say I want to increase anything by 11.11%, everything is 1 times of itself. Increase is what? 1 plus something. What is the increase? 11.11%. 11.11% is what? 1/9. 1 plus 1/9, that is 10/9. One more example. If you reduce a number or salary of somebody by 37.5%. Now 37.5%, we have used this number a couple of times. This 12.5% into 3. 12.5% is what? 1/8 into 3 is 37.5%, which is 3/8. So reducing by 1 minus 3/8, which is 5/8. So this means if you multiply any number by 10/9, that is automatically will automatically result in increase of 11.11%. अगर आप किसी नंबर को 5/8 से मल्टीप्लाई करते हो तो उसका रिजल्ट जो निकल के आएगा वो आएगा 37.5% रिडक्शन. Is that okay? So in nutshell, if it is percentage increase, that is 1 plus. If it is percentage decrease, that is 1 minus. 1 minus fraction. Is that okay? Fine. We can use this to the good effect. मतलब हम कई जगह इसको इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं. For an example, we can use in this question number 6 also. We'll start with the question number 6. Let's take an example. Question number 6. part A. Okay, now it's more apt question here. If the price of an item is increased by 25%, by what percentage should it be reduced to bring it to the original level? So price, let's say price kuch bhi tha, P was the price, increased by what percentage? 25%. Increased by what percentage? 25%. What is 25%? 1 by 4. So increased by 25% का मतलब कितना हो जाएगा? 1 plus 1 by 4. I am again telling you, increase है, so 1 plus 1 by 4, which is 5 by 4. कितना times हो जाएगा? 5 by 4 times. I'll repeat myself. 25% increase is 1 by 4 increase. Anything is always 1 times of itself. 1 plus 1 by 4 is 5 by 4 times. Now what exactly the question is saying? I want to keep it to P only. Now we understand, if I multiply this expression by a certain number to make it P, that number should be what? Reciprocal of this. अगर मैं ऊपर 4 कर दूं और नीचे 5 कर देता हूं तो ये कैंसिल होके वापस से P बचेगा. This is again multiplication factor. Am I right? It is 4 by 5. 4 by 5 is less than 1 or more than 1? It is less than 1. कितना कम है 1 से? 4 by 5 is 1 minus 1 by 5. That means कितना परसेंट रिडक्शन करना पड़ेगा? 20%. So अगर आप किसी चीज को 25% बढ़ाते हो तो वापस पहुंचने के लिए ओरिजिनल वैल्यू पर कितना परसेंट कम करना पड़ेगा? 20%. It is 5 by 4 times because of the increase of 25%. Reduction कितना करना पड़ेगा? 4 by 5 times करना पड़ेगा, which is reduction of 1 by 5, which is 20%. We can take B part of the same question as well. If the price of an item is decreased by 25%, by what percentage should it be raised to bring back to the original level? Price is again P. Reduced now, reduced. Reduced का मतलब 1 minus fraction. Fraction of percentage or fraction equivalent of percentage. 25% reduction है, 1 minus 25%. 25% कितना होता है? 1 by 4. So I'll make it 1 minus 1 by 4, which is 3 by 4. 1 minus 1 by 4, which is 3 by 4. Now again, the way we did in the previous question, we have to write 4 in numerator and 3 in denominator to keep it to the original value. 4 by 3 is obviously more than 1. What I have done? I want to cancel this 4 as well as this 3. So 4 has to be numerator, 3 has to be in denominator. This 4 by 3 means 1 plus 1 by 3. It is more than 1, obviously. अगर मैं कम कर रहा हूं, वापस जाने के लिए मुझे इंक्रीज करना पड़ेगा. कितना ज्यादा है 1 से? 1 by 3, which is actually 33.33%. Okay? So my answer for question number 6, part A, is what? 20%, which is 1. And part B, it is 4, 33.33%. I hope this is clear in terms of multiplication factor. Now, can this multiplication factor be applied in number of percentage changes or successive percentage changes or percentage changes in succession? For an example, we did question 25% increase, 20% increase. Am I right? So we did exactly, this was the result, 25%, 20%, 25%, 20% divided by 100, which was 50% increase. Now, what does 25% increase means? How many times the number is going to be? 1 plus 1 by 4 times. Am I right? 20% means 1 plus 1 by 5 times. This is actually 1 by 4 plus 1, which is 5 by 4. And this is 1 plus 1 by 5, which is 6 by 5. This is 3 by 2 times. Can you get the idea of 3 by 2 times? What is the idea of 3 by 2 times? Or what does it mean if I say 3 by 2 times? We have understood this. It is more than 1 or less than 1? More than 1. That means it is increase. And clearly with the question 25% increase, 20% increase का मतलब increase ही होता होगा, decrease नहीं हो सकता. So 3 by 2 is what? 1 से ज़्यादा है. कितना ज़्यादा है? 1 by 2. This is what? 50% increase. So this is something called overall multiplication factor. Overall multiplication factor. This is which is useful. This can be used in successive percentage also. We'll take one more example. Let's say किसी का सैलरी पहले 40% बढ़ा, फिर 25% बढ़ा, फिर 20% कम हुआ. तो इफेक्टिवली कितना परसेंट बढ़ा या कम हुआ होगा, या कितना परसेंट चेंज हुआ होगा? वी कैन इजीली कैलकुलेट दिस. 40% का मतलब कितना होता है? 20% का मतलब कितना होता है? 1/5. सो 40% मस्ट बी 2/5. 2/5 इंक्रीज है. %25 इंक्रीज का मतलब कितना होगा? 25% इज 1/4, so 1 plus 1/4. Now this is reduction. This is reduction. 1 minus 1/5. Am I right? So this is actually 1 plus 2/5 is what? 7/5. 1 plus 1/4 is what? 5/4. 1 minus 1/5 is what? 4/5. 5, 5, 4, 4. 7/5. What is the effective increase? 7/5 is more than 1 or less than 1? More than 1. Increase by 40% and 25% and reduced by just 20% has to be more than the original value. So 1 plus 2/5 again. This means 40% increase. Okay. Now दिस मस्ट बी द केस. हमें लग रहा होगा कि हम इसको 100 लेके भी सॉल्व कर सकते हैं, या फिर इजीली हम वैल्यूज लेके कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं. देयर आर सर्टेन इंस्टेंसेस जहां पर ये कैलकुलेशन हमेशा आसान नहीं होगी. लेट्स टेक कपल ऑफ एग्जांपल्स लाइक दिस. आई होप दिस ओके. शुड आई इरेज इट? I'll erase the first part of it. Your salary is increased by 33.33%. Then 37.5%. Then reduced by 9.09%. Now it's a little dicey to use successive percentage change in this case because multiplication is going to be a little bit tricky. It is very dicey or very difficult to take initial value. Fine. So it's better कि हम इसको multiplication factor से एक बार try करके देखते हैं. 33% इंक्रीज का मतलब कितना होता है? 1 plus 1/3. 37.5 हम कई बार इस्तेमाल कर चुके हैं. I'll repeat it one more time. 12.5% is 1/8. उसका thrice 37.5%. 1/8 का thrice is 3/8. So this is 1 minus 3/8 plus, in fact, it is increase. And this is 9.09% decrease. I have mentioned in the very beginning of the class that this is 1/11. 1/11 reduction है. So 1 minus 1/11, which is actually 1 plus 1/3 is what? 4/3. 1 plus 1/8 is what? 11/8. 1 minus 1/11 is what? 10/11. I think it is okay. Fine. We can easily calculate 11, 11, 4 into 2. This is 2, 5. My answer will be 5/3. Now if something is 5/3 times, obviously more than 1, कितना ज़्यादा है एक से? 1 plus 2/3. 2/3 का मतलब कितना होता है? 66.66% increase. Now this is useful in all the scenarios. This can be used in all the scenarios. Percentage changes are complicated, easy, whatever the case is, multiple percentage changes. This is my overall multiplication factor. That means if I multiply any number by 5/3, that is the result of percentage increase of 33.33%, percentage increase of 37.5%, and percentage decrease of 9.09% in succession. I hope this is okay to everybody. Fine. So this can be used. We can take a couple of examples on the basis of this. If you want me to take one more example, we can use one more example, but it's better to start from the question, just to explain it, or just to explain the usage of this. Okay. We can go for question number 3. Exercise. Question number 3. Okay? Read the question. Ajay spends 25% of his income on rent, 60% of the remaining. That is the basic difference between the question number 2 and question number 3. Question number 2 was saying every time he is spending certain percentage of his income. Now he is spending what? 60% of the remaining. So what I need to understand, if I say his income is, let's say, X. Now what I need to understand, if you spend something from your income will reduce or increase? Obviously it will reduce. So if you are spending 25% of your income, that means you are reducing your income by 25%. That means 1/4 of your income you are spending on a certain particular head. That means your income will be left, which is 1 minus 1/4 times. Making sense? 25% reduction, 1 minus 1/4. Reduction है, so 1 minus 1/4. Now this is my new or the remaining share from the income. Fine. Now अब जो खर्चा है वो इस पर होगा, इसके आगे इसको बेस मान के खर्चा होगा. इसका हम कितना % खर्च कर रहे हैं? 60% on food. So if we spend 60% on food, what is 20%? 1/5. What is 60%? 1/5 का thrice, which is 3/5. Is that okay? Reduction है, spend कर रहा है. And last part is 16.66% of the remaining. This is the remaining part. This is the 25% reduce कर दिया, इतना बचा होगा. 60% reduce कर दिया होगा, इतना बचा होगा. Am I right? And 16.66% of the remaining. 16.66% कितना होता है बताओ? 1/6. So which is 1 minus 1/6. He is spending on education. Is that okay? Now अब उसके पास इतना पैसा बचा होगा. This is 25% expenditure, this is 60% expenditure, this is 16.66% expenditure. Now this is the amount which he is going to save at the end of a month. And the question is saying his savings are, or he saves 4,500 rupees per month. We have just done this here. We are using this successive percentage change or multiplication factor, overall multiplication factor in this scenario. X, 1 minus 1/4 is 3/4. 1 minus 3/5 is what? 2/5. 1 minus 1/6 is what? 5/6, which is equal to 4,500. 5, 5, 3, 2, 3. X is what? 45 into 4, which is 18,000. Is it okay? So this is one example of it. We can use multiplication factor to good effect. We can take a couple of more examples. Let's say question number 9. Question number 9 we can use right now. Question number 9. Let's read the question carefully. The value of a car depreciates. What is depreciation? Reduction or increase? Obviously reduction, because depreciation is what? पहले जो था उससे थोड़ा सा कम वैल्यू हो गया है. कितना % का रिडक्शन है? 5%. 5%. Every year. If the present value of the car is 2,25,625 rupees, what was its value 2 years ago? मतलब 2 साल पहले जो वैल्यू था उससे अभी वैल्यू 2,25,625 रुपीज है, तो 2 साल पहले वैल्यू कितना रहा होगा? 2 साल में वैल्यू 5% कम हुआ होगा 2 बार. Am I right? Now we haven't used 5%. 5% is what? 5/100. I told you if you want to convert any percentage into fraction, this is 5/100, which is 1/20. 1/20. 1/20 में रिड्यूस किया है किसी चीज को हर साल. प्रीवियस जो वैल्यू था, लेट्स से वो P था या X था, 25% रिडक्शन का मतलब 1 माइनस 1/20, फिर से 1 minus 1/20. Why I'm writing it twice? Because the value is given is present value and they're asking for the value which was 2 years back. That means the value is depreciating twice. Every year 5% of the value with respect to the value at the beginning of the year. जो साल के शुरू में value रहा होगा उससे 5% कम हो जाएगा. Fine. Now the final value is 2,25,625. Is that okay? So we can say this is x into 1/20. कितना हो जाएगा? 19/20 into 19/20 is equal to 2,25,625. I hope this is perfect. Fine. 20% reduction. What was the value 2 years ago? Now we can calculate this. We can multiply this. We can easily calculate. Is it divisible by 19? 19 table पढ़ते हैं. 19 1 19 कितना बचा? 3. 19 again 1 19 कितना बचा? 16. 19 into 8. 19 into 8. 19 into 8 is what? 152. It was 166. Am I right? 166 minus 152 is what? 14. Am I right? Now we'll take 142. 19 into 7 is what? 133. 133. And this was 142. कितना बचेगा मेरे पास? 142. 142 it is, and it was initially 133. So 142 minus 130 was 11. Am I right? कितना बचा मेरे पास? 5. Is that okay? I'll repeat this calculation. 19 into 1 is what? 19, 3. 19 into 1 is? 19 is what? 16. 19 into 7. 19 into 8 is 152, which is 14. 19 into 7 is 133, 11. 9. I'm sorry, 9. It's 9. And it is 5. Perfect. Now we can again divide it by 19. 19 into 1 is not divisible. 19 into what? Let's say it is 6. 19 into 6 is what? 114. 19 into, this is 4. 114, 4 bacha. 19 into 2, 38. 38. कितना बचा मेरे पास? 114, 47, 38, which is 9, 5. Is that okay? So what is the value of x? 625 into 20 into 20. X is 625 into 400. 625 का डबल 1250, उसका डबल 2500. Which is, after this, how many zeros? 2 more zeros. Right? So this was the value 2 years ago. Fine. So that's how we can use this multiplication factor, and we'll quickly summarize the learning of today's class. Fine. What we did in the beginning, in the middle, and towards the end of the class. Let me remind you one more time, this is the handout which we are going to use in the next class as well. So fine, so please bring this handout along. The second part of this the class is going to be profit and loss, so which is going to be with the help of the same handout. Fine. We did fraction to percentage, percentage to fraction in the first part, that we understood that x% of y is equal to y% of x. Then the comparison part we did, A%. A is what percent of B, B is what percent of A. Then we did successive percentage change. Then multiplication factor. Fine. So chronologically, these were the useful things. Again, in the next class, we'll be using fractions and successive percentage change in every data which we have used. So please, before coming to the next class, go through all these things. So that is going to be helpful in the next class. Thank you so much.